So turn down the lights, lock the door. It's time for DJs After Dark.
Hey everybody, Danny J here along with Dr. Rock Ray Thomas.
Hey, good morning. I love that intro. I feel like the police are going to be here.
Yeah.
DJ Rob Cannon.
Hey.
And we got in the Eddie C Studios, Eddie C.
Hey, good morning.
There you go. And then we also got out of South Kakalaki, we got DJ Matt Sunner in the house.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing today?
All right, Matt. How about yourself, my
What
friend?
is this, CNN?
Doing well.
Love the waterfall.
What is this, CNN? He looks like he's reporting from something. Was there a bombing or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful Hartwell Dam on Lake Hartwell here in South Carolina.
Well, halfway through this, I'm going to put Ariana Grande up, which will be a little bit better than your
I'm going to
dam.
put Brooke Baldwin up on that dam.
People are going to look at your dam, see us, and they're going to see a dam. It's going to be Ariana Grande.
Matt, I want to tell you, your camera looks a lot better today.
Yeah, because you know what? I got that lighting that Eddie told me about. Doing a whole lot better.
That's probably why.
What'd you do? Go to the 40-watt bulb?
For lighting.
Yeah, I went to the 40-watt bulb, exactly. Took that yellow 15-watter right out of there. It just wasn't doing the trick.
Yep.
The black light for the Beatles
Does this look
posters.
better for us, or we're whitewashed out now?
Are we all right now?
You're whitewashed out.
Yeah, you guys are a little whitewashed, but not terrible.
All right.
Because, Rob, you don't have a chin anymore, or a neck.
Yeah.
You have just your head sitting on your shoulders.
That I lost a while.
It's cold.
Yeah, right.
It's cold here,
It's
and
like-
I'm using
it's
a
like
very
my
important
penis.
cream.
My belly gets bigger. My penis
So-
looks like it's getting smaller.
Anyway, it's DJ.
You guys look like you've been just crawled out of the grave.
All right, let me fucking intro the show. DJ After Dark. You can join us on DJ Productions on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Really?
Really, Matt?
He's dying.
Where's that Mucinex, Matt?
I know. Like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Eddie.
There you go, Eddie.
So,
It's getting a little harder in the studio here.
yes, it is.
All right, yes, it is.
So go on DJB Productions on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. We have plenty of shows in there, including That Way Cool Wrestling Show, this show, DJs After Dark, Capes Not Including, and soon to be coming, hosted by Matt Sunner. Have you seen it lately? It's coming onto the DJB Productions Network. So you're going to check that out.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe
Yeah,
button.
as soon as we get the scheduling squared away with the rest of the cast, we'll start recording.
There you go.
Matt, that's perfect with your background. We could say, who gives a damn? That rocks.
Exactly.
Rocks. All right. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you're Dr. Rock. Everything you say rocks.
That's
thank you, Matt.
That's
Thank
the
you.
damn from like Superman 3, I think, with the.
No, that was the freaking Hoover Dam, you moron.
Yeah.
Come on.
This
Hey.
looks like you were a witness to
Watch what
something
you
on
say,
CNN.
Aaron Spelling here.
I thought it was the Springton Reservoir. Tell you the truth, but that's
Go
all
on
right.
Facebook and you can like DJs After Dark right on Facebook. We post a lot of really funny stuff on there as well.
Yeah. So all my Doc Rockers out there, listen and watch.
And make sure you go on and just subscribe and share the channel and enjoy. We love to have you guys listening there. Hit us up, the whole 9 yards. Today we're going to be talking about a couple different things, but we're going to talk about gratuity. Now, gratuity is something that's not to be expected, but it's something that in certain professions, it's something that has to be considered by the customers because it's a natural progression, in the sense of what, we're going to be, what you do in order to have these services done for you, etc. And with DJing is no other. And what we wanted to talk about is how it's funny, like if we'll take a wedding as an example. When you have a wedding, automatically everybody knows you tip your limo driver. Now you're only with that guy or girl for 15, 20 minutes tops, depending on where they're picking you up at, where they're dropping you off at. You're not with them a long time at all. And they get a half decent little tip based on what you're paying to have the limo, etc. But the DJ who's running the entire show, who's there earlier than you, who's there later than you, who's working with all the different people that are in the facility management at that particular venue, who's keeping the timing of the show and is keeping you going boom, 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 right there.
Basically, the director
The director
of a movie, like
right, that guy, it's like, oh, I got to tip him? Yeah, fuck yeah, you do.
Like Dan said,
Yeah.
we are
Now-
the star of this show.
Now,
That's it.
granted, if the DJ does not work out for you, I'm not telling you have to tip them regardless. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that but you have to understand, folks, that yes.
But if it's Dan, though, you have to.
If you're going to tip a bartender who's just
Right.
giving you a drink, if you're going to tip your limo driver who's driving you back and forth for about 15, 20 minutes, then yeah, you're going to want to tip your DJ. That's what we're saying. And it's funny because, to tip a DJ, there's a lot involved. You don't just show up and expect a tip. So the DJs out there that are watching this, don't just expect that you're going to get a tip, because that's not going to happen. You have to do
You
work.
still got to do a good job.
Right. Unless you're like Dan, you have a license plate that says out front, tip me.
Tip me.
All right, that's it.
Tip me.
So
I like Asians. Tip me.
Oh, you can't joke like that anymore, Dan.
No, mind you, I did not say Oriental. I said Asian.
Yeah, they hate that.
They don't like Oriental.
Yes.
Which sucks, because a lot of these words that you're not allowed to use anymore are very romantic words.
They are. Dan,
like Oriental is just like, oh, you're so Oriental.
Dude, I got bad news. They're taking
me
off
love you
Rudolph
long
the
time.
Red-Nosed
You can't do
Reindeer.
it. What's that?
They're taking off Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right?
We can't listen.
I don't understand that, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand the whole thing.
Well, apparently he had his nose up somebody's ass. I don't know what the hell the whole thing, but something was up. But yeah.
What?
They're going to replace it with the more politically correct Teddy the Red-Nosed Senator.
It was bullying. That's right. It was bullying.
On, Rudolph. But it turns out that Rudolph, that was a tumor. And eventually he died.
Yes. Yes.
Killed Christmas.
Which is why you never see him in any movie that has the reindeer.
Beyond that, because he died.
You never see Rudolph. Have you noticed that? Any Christmas movie that showed the reindeer, you never see Rudolph.
Yeah, because he was like.
I think they killed him off in the sequel. I think.
Yeah.
They did with fucking Melanoma.
Everyone knows part 2.
Stop.
But yeah, the funny thing is, and Rob was saying this earlier too. Back in the day, when we were able to, converse with the clientele and the customers and stuff like that. And Rob, if you have to go somewhere, you can go.
I'll be right back.
Okay. He's like trying to get out of the studio, and he's like,
I'll be back.
But I gotta keep the show going, Rob.
Keep it going.
We can go on without him.
Yeah.
But
the thing is that you really can't. And Rock, you always used to talk with customers and stuff like that. You can't do that really anymore. It's so hard because of the fact that you don't know who gets offended by what.
Well, I think, Dan, we're going to talk about that too, because I think part of the problem is the reason why these people get away with everything is because they don't talk to their DJ. DJ doesn't talk to the crowd. I think we need to put on a pair of big boy pants and big boy girl pants and grow up. Yeah. I think that we need to get interaction back in these parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think the DJs that come through the door are concerned about 2 things: eating and looking on their phone all night long. And I don't think they interact. I don't think they care. I don't think they put on a good act. And this is the one topic you're going to get me all fired up about, because I know what it was like even when you DJ'd and started and I started and everything like that. I physically tore my health apart because of this career and everything. And I sit there and I watch people, come in, sit on a chair and go, oh, I don't have to talk. I just have to press a button. Or if I have to say happy birthday to somebody, it can sound like this. Hi. No, I'm sorry.
The problem is, though, and to a point, and I don't know if it's because the younger DJs are not being trained to do this or what have you, but it's one of those things where you're almost afraid to speak to anybody because you don't know who's going to be offended by what. A lot of times with shows, like when we did shows and stuff like that, you had regulars or whatever the case is, and you could play on them and stuff like that. And you still can kind of do that when you have a regular gig. But when you do private parties or a one-off gig, we recently did a job where the job was great, and I got handed a tip from a patron. It wasn't a job like a private party per se. It was like a benefit.
Right.
And a patron slipped me $20. Said, dude, you did a great job. I'm like, oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciated it, But they turned around and said, oh, no, the DJ wasn't that good. And Rob said, well, why do you think he wasn't that good? Oh, well, he didn't really interact with anybody. Well, I didn't know anybody there. So how am I, first of all, going to interact with anybody anyway?
Right. That's a catch-22.
I'm not going to throw things at people, and like that. And I'm not sure as how I'm going to make fun of people I don't know.
Or say something that
I think is funny or not offensive, and then it ends up being offensive.
Yeah.
I don't know that person's life. I don't know who that person is. This is my first and probably only time I'm going to interact with this person, if I interact with them at all.
I wonder how comedians in life eventually are going to have to calm down on what they say. Because how about that comedian from Philly? What's his name? The black guy?
Barris?
He was going to host the award.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
He said something that was a gay joke, basically.
2 years ago.
Years ago.
Years ago.
Where are we going with this? Eventually, comedians aren't even going to be able to tell comedy.
Well, the scenario is too, though, and it's slightly different. I think when you're dealing with comedy, you're dealing with stand-up comedy and stuff like that. It's a routine. You almost have to expect it, that there's going to be something there that's not going to be offensive.
Well,
Like you don't necessarily, you can't compare a DJ to a comedian
No,
in
no,
that,
no, no.
in that sense, because of the fact that
technically, we're not supposed to be funny either.
yeah, technically we're not. No,
Just-
technically
Well,
we're not.
you
No.
guys aren't, but I it's all right. But I made a career, sorry. Thanks,
so lucky
guys.
to be so close to this.
I
Right.
destroyed
Never
myself
wash
to
my
make people
hands
laugh.
again.
No, I'm shocked that we're this close.
Joanne, you know, I got your hunk of burning love
Right.
here.
No, I think what you're saying, part of it was right, but you go in with the attitude that you're not trying to be offensive to anybody. You don't think that you know what? I think people overreact to everything nowadays. And I love when people get offended with everything. It's when it's monetarily valued to them, when they're going to get something out of it. And I think when you go into a birthday party, you go into somebody's wedding, the idea is to have a good time. You're not trying to offend anybody.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on. How about the girls that we all been with in our life? Is it going to be a couple years from now, one's going to call you up, Dan, you remember that time you pushed me down the steps? Well, I'm suing you.
Right. And
You
you
know
know
what I
what,
mean?
Rob?
And the reality
and
is
he's
that
right.
something like that
He's
can
right.
happen.
Right.
You never know.
Remember when you had sex with me and you got me drunk? Oh, well now.
Well, I think he said, remember when you don't remember having sex
You're
with me?
confusing me
It
with
was something
Ed.
like that. Yes.
You're confusing me with Ed.
What do you mean?
That was Ed that did that to you.
Did what?
What you just said.
That's
Oh, stop.
Eddie.
Oh, stop.
Dan's got his own drops going on. Oh boy.
I know Matt's probably thinking, Christ, I know I could be doing something else today. I know it.
Exactly, right?
That's all
Well,
right.
there's a few things, yeah, but we're getting a late start today, so
Your wife's naked in the bedroom waiting for you, and you decided to do this instead.
no. If my wife was naked in the bedroom, I'd be like, "Fuck this show."
Exactly.
Like, I'm driving to Pennsylvania to do that show.
Matt, I'm actually a bachelor. My wife's in New York with one of our best friends tonight on Broadway singing a show. So I'm the bachelor tonight.
I'm saying,
Oh, shit.
mine's at work. She works on Saturdays. I get the house to myself in the morning, except for
I'm
my
looking
kid.
forward to just going home and doing whatever I feel like doing for once.
Ray pulled out his black book and realized he didn't have it anymore. It's on computer now.
Right.
Yeah.
Rob, I have 3 black books, but it's all right. But go ahead. That's all right. Go ahead.
Oh, excuse us.
Sorry, Ed.
Jay has a dictionary.
What he
Sorry.
did was he got the telephone book and just got out a Sharpie marker and just colored it out.
Right.
Back in the day, Dan used
Hey,
to open the phone
Abrams.
book up and pick the girl who he wants to hang out with. Right there. Oh, I'm gonna
Rob
do
was so jealous of
So
me.
he claims, anyway.
Rob, you were there. Shut up.
I'm
Rob was
so
so jealous of
jealous.
me. Rob was horrible. He was like, Dan, how about this? Dan, I'm like, Rob, I'm working.
You're cramping my act, son.
Rob,
All right?
Rob,
Dan,
just sit back and
Dan, I was
watch.
just trying to offer you candy back in the day.
Rob,
That's
when you go to movies, they tell you silence is golden.
Yeah, that's Danny's tip. Candy. Give me candy.
in a van.
Want some candy, little boy?
I bet I was
It's like,
this
yo,
close,
I
this
drive a
close to
van.
getting him in my truck.
Can we play the Justin Timberlake song "Dick in a Box" or something right now? I know.
Ed, don't put it on because you're gonna get my show blocked.
I was ready to, too.
Oh,
Oh boy! Did someone just sneeze? Was
No.
that you?
No, that was Ed was hacking up a lung, and his screens are bipolar because they're changing like rapidly. I like that one, Ed. That's good.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Look at this one. Hold on.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my god!
That's what our shows come to. We're just gonna look at Ed's backgrounds.
I like our background.
That's okay.
We're actually
Yeah, we
Filming
actually
on
look
the-
like
but you're in Camden.
right. We actually look like we're standing on the Schuylkill River.
That, and it's on fire.
Yeah. You're in Camden.
Yeah, and
Because if you're looking to the city from that angle, you're in Camden.
it's in flames.
It's in
Go ahead,
flames.
Ed.
Oh, Ed.
Go ahead, Ed.
Talk,
You
Ed.
got to talk, Ed.
What?
Why
There you go.
Oh, and he's got the Joker too.
He's got
back
the
with-
Joker
he's back
and
with
John
John
Travolta.
Look at that, man.
That
Huh?
would be a movie. I'd watch that.
Mhm.
John
Travolta would be
Travolta.
into you now.
Like
Ed.
the Joker, Dan, I did that for you.
Did you? That's nice. That's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watch the Joker walk into the club and say, "You want to see a trick?"
And then Barbarino's like, what do you mean? That's great.
I'm gonna make this CD disappear.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is though, like nowadays, like when we DJ and we do shows and stuff like that, the thing that got us hired is the thing that we can't do anymore. When you think about it, and it's to perform. You know,
Yeah.
The most we can do without any kind of fail is just to play the right music,
Well, you
and
know,
that makes it hard by itself because people just don't let you just do your job.
well, and
Right.
not everybody likes the same music, so not
Right.
everybody's going to
Correct.
be happy.
Right.
But the
Yeah.
bottom line is, what kills me about what you just said,
Yeah.
is that basically, I completely forgot what you just said.
That's the thing that kills Ed. That's the thing that kills him is that the thing I just said, he completely forgot what the fuck I just said.
I did. I swear I did.
Makes fun of me. I do this whole fucking show.
So what?
This whole show, and all I gotta do is let him listen, and he can't even fucking do that.
So what Rob is asking us, is there any medication?
I said what I said was the thing that we used to get us jobs, we can't physically do anymore.
Because Rob's brain
Yeah.
cells have died.
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Oh, Ed, Ed, I want to see your stems.
Hold on.
Hold on, here it goes. Ed! Yeah, there you go.
Are you trying to tell us what got us hired was Ed Stems?
This is turning into porn now.
It is.
And
Oh.
Imagine if,
No, I'm not putting that picture up either.
imagine if that's what porn got to. It's just of Ed fucking showing his legs.
the world's so sensitive.
They're like,
You know, somebody would beat their meat to that somewhere, I'm sure.
Oh my God!
No, somebody's like,
I know what I was going to say.
Some
Oh.
prison in California. I can see it coming.
They would see that. Right?
Coming in.
They would see that, and Comcast get a bunch of calls.
I
Be like,
forgot.
I want to cancel tax service.
One guy that escaped Alcatraz said, "I'm going to jack Ed
I
Stems."
was on Cinemax after dark, and all I saw were Ed's legs. I want to cancel this service. Can I get Epics?
Now you know why DJs don't get tipped anymore.
Yeah, exactly right. If Ed showed his legs, more, he would have got tipped a lot more.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I know what I was going to say.
Okay, here we go. I hope it has something to do with the show.
Basically, you were saying that no matter what kind of music you play or what you say on the microphone could be offensive. You
Yeah.
could just try to play it safe,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, people think, "What the hell? This guy sucked. He just played music. He barely talked."
Right.
Either way,
You don't know.
lose.
I mean, you don't know. And the thing is, like I was saying before, we had this thing like where the customer was like, "Oh, well, the DJ didn't interact with anybody." Well, asshole, the DJ doesn't fucking know anybody. So how is he going to interact with them if he doesn't know them in the first place?
I think they just mean in like the Ray way. Like
I knew absolutely nobody, but I went
Right.
in and I made them all my
That's-
friends.
that's-
and the
what-
cops
I
would be
don't
there
care.
fucking locking
Exactly
him up.
right.
To the
Hold on, I'm going to show my stems.
Ray had a
I-
retire because he is such a good DJ and an entertainer that he goes out and like says stuff to people that nowadays he could be arrested. So we had
Yeah.
to retire him. He'd be like,
Crazy.
"Show me them boobies."
And Rob doesn't have enough bail money to get me out.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, girl who I think is older, but you're about 19 years old, show me your breast.
right.
And the girl's like, I need an adult. I need an adult.
But apparently, Danny needed a prenup for every
Here's-
party he ever
here's
went
a
to.
better
So.
example. Ray,
Sign
back in the
that shit.
day, and
Yep,
same
sign it.
Same with me and Dan, and I'm sure everybody else. Back in the day, girls used to say, "Can you play this song?" And
Yeah.
you would say, "Yeah, I'll try." And she would
Yeah.
show you my tits, right?
Right, right.
And I'll try
I mean,
harder.
Nowadays,
But there were times that they did.
but wait, I know.
Yeah.
But nowadays
But wait,
they
there's
say
more.
it, and then they say, "Yeah, he made me show me my tits before he played a song."
Yeah, dude.
She turns it all around.
Rob will
You know?
call me up and be like, "Yo, dude, I think we got a good deal. The Maury Povich show called me. They want me to come on. I think I can promote the
Right.
company." And it turns out, no, some girl said, you made me show me your tits for a song, you dirty fuck. I hate you.
It's
You didn't destroy my life.
I think it was the song "Stupid Girl" by Garbage. All right, but
unfortunately, that's the kind of stuff that made me miss out on like a major gangbang when we were in our 20s.
Yeah,
because there was a party we went to. I'm not going to name names.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I hope it wasn't that Girl Scout jamboree.
About this. I literally, it's
I was
funny you
not
say
there
that.
just to clear that up.
I did not talk to Matt prior to the show, but no lie, on my mother's grave, I was just talking about this 24 hours ago. Yeah.
Exposing yourself for Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we were at a party. There's our group. Some stuff started going on. Next thing you know, Dan and Christine are there. I was there, right? Christine's like, I want to leave. So I take them home.
I was so fucking angry.
And I'm just like, okay, well, it's early enough. I'm going back. So I go back. When I walk in the front door and get to the living room, I'm seeing nothing but naked asses. Pretty much every guy at the party. And I couldn't even see who it was as far as the girl. But they're like, hey, you want to get in? And I'm just like, yeah, no. Because first off, I don't know where some of you have been, and I know where the others have been, and I don't know if I want to go there. And secondly, it's like, I'm not getting it. I wasn't when it started. And it's like, I am not going to be the guy that turns the story into, hey, this is the time I took on 5 guys. Changes over. This is the time I got raped by 6.
You know what I imagine?
No way.
I'm
like, it ain't happening.
You ever seen a movie Witness?
Yes.
Yes.
Kelly McGillis.
I don't want to make fun of the movie because it was a fucking very disturbing movie. But the reverse of that would have been Matt going into this situation.
Yeah.
That what would happen is Matt would get laid, right? And Matt would be happy as a pig in shit, but every girl there that actually had sex with him would be like, I'm suing you! And you're horrible! And you raped me! And Matt
I agreed to these 5 guys, but that loser, screw him.
Now we get caught at 6 counts of rape, including 3 guys.
All I got to say is,
Hi, Mrs. Sumner.
how long is it? What's the teenagers of today? I should say the teenagers of today, their kids, when they become teenagers, here's what's going to happen. Here, will you sign this before we have sex?
Yeah.
There's going to be consent forms or electronic forms or whatever.
Well, Rob, you have a lot of daughters. I mean,
yeah, but Rob, you actually hit on it. You hit a perfect point when you said, what are the kids like today, the daughters that we did when we DJ'd? Now they have their kids and they're all different. Yeah. What cracks me up is they were wild ass, and I'm going to say it and get probably offended, and my people hate me. They were wild ass bitches in the clubs.
Yeah.
And now today they're mommies of the year, almost to the point of nausea.
Yeah.
All right. What it is the kid wants a Snickers bar, and she's like, Johnny, you want apples with cinnamon on it. Fuck. He wants a Snickers bar. And what I'm trying to say, and I'm going to get myself in trouble, is they overthink everything today. Hey, they lived through it. Let your kids grow up to be kids, not computer chips or whatever you think they're out there to make. Just love your kids and let your kids be kids.
I think kids today are just the opposite of what you're saying, because today kids don't even listen to anybody.
No, because they have no authority figure.
Because we're not allowed to hit them anymore.
I'm on Facebook.
That's great.
And this is why you should tip your DJ.
Right.
That is truly why.
Because you're going to tip us not to hit the kid.
You should tip the DJ, because otherwise your kids are going to turn into little shits.
Not that I want to get off the subject, but when you have like kids at a party and they're fucking jumping up on your speakers and stuff like that, you're like,
yeah,
you gotta get off.
All
right, come on, kid, you gotta get off. Come on, kid, you gotta get.
Because mommy's got her 4th martini.
Yeah. And they're not watching.
One kid was coming up to me. This is no lie. This is a guy. He comes up to me. He said, "Listen,
I hate when he goes into this voice.
Talk.
What? There's a young Rob.
Is that me?
That's you.
That is you. Yeah, that's definitely you.
That is you. What's behind you?
Rob, is that after the lobotomy?
Is that
behind you?
Is that George?
That's George.
That's George.
Yeah.
I look like I'm stoned.
George Anthony. OGL.
Am I stoned in that picture?
Huh?
Yeah, he does.
Stoned in there, or just
You might have been, Robbie. I don't know.
It looks
Rob just saw a 16-year-old girl.
No, it looks like his head was falling off.
It does. I look
Hey,
like
did you see the picture I had up of you? Play?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Ed. It looked like I needed
Can you
dental
find
work.
me a better picture?
And you know what?
Put that
Ed,
one on?
Hold on, see if I can find a better picture. Hold on.
And I would challenge you. You will not find a bad picture like that of me.
Oh no,
Not at
Dan can
I
never
take
take a
great
bad
fucking
picture.
pictures. I don't know what it is either. It's funny, but I never take a bad picture. It's
Dan
like,
had it
I
photoshopped.
try and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I look better when I try to
Yeah.
make it look bad.
Oh,
But no, anyway, you have these kids that are like climbing up on your speakers and they're fucking. And this one kid comes over to me. He goes, "Yo, can you play this song?" And it was a song I couldn't play, right? And I said, "Well, I'll see if I." You know, that's our thing. There you go. That's a nice one, Rob. That's very lovely.
It's the same shirt.
Same shirt. That's the same
Is that
night.
the same place?
That was earlier in the evening, yeah.
That's
Before like 5
You were-
martinis and a joint.
Right.
But the thing is though, the kid and I said, well, so he's like, well, why don't you play it now?
Right.
I said, well, I can't play it now. I said, I'll look for it and I have to fit it in.
Ah,
Well,
the
why
old
don't you-
fit it in.
That's what you said to my wife.
That's
too.
right, and I did.
And it kept falling out
Broke
like a
that
Galacha.
So then look at that. So then the kid saying, now imagine
You guys are you're all freaking sane. Let me just tell you something.
No, my face looks distorted.
this conversation is happening. This is not like he goes back and come back. I'm saying this is all in the same conversation. Like he's not
Right.
going away. And he said, well, why don't you play it now? I said, well, kid, I can't play it now. I can play it later. Why don't you play it now? I said, I can't. He goes, you can't not play it now? Like he's being a dick. I said, dude, now I'm not going to play it. He goes, well, why don't you just play it? I said, why don't you get the fuck away from me? Is what I said. Right? And the kid was like, yes. He was like, yes.
Ed,
I walked away. I was like, I ain't going to fucking do this.
Because nobody's probably ever told him get the fuck away from
Nobody
me.
ever
You
told me
hit
to
it
get
right
fuck
on the
away.
nail.
Ed,
But
Right
that's why
on
you
the
tip.
nail.
Ed,
Because I have to deal with
Yeah.
that.
make note that Danny J cannot do kids' parties. Remind me
At
that.
all.
Okay, yeah, all right. I'll
I
definitely
did a
remind you.
wedding, right? I did
Oh,
a
no,
wedding.
and wedding.
Imagine that, Rob, can you imagine how that would have went over the party we did a couple months ago
Which one?
with the one with the 400 kids?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rob showed up.
You know what? They were very well behaved.
Rob showed up with all kind of like baby oil on, and that's the wrong kind of party.
A big bucket of bungee cords. I mean,
Oh
I
my
saw
God.
it. That was-
Ed, I'm sorry. You can't be serious. Bro.
Bungee cords, Vaseline, and a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Oh, you wanted me to DJ? I'm sorry.
All right.
Oh,
I thought you said a BJ.
I was at a wedding, right?
I wonder by the time we censor this show, we'll have like 3 minutes of
Now
it.
you
all
know
right?
the wedding, you have like your dinner hours.
Yes.
And a lot of it ends up being like slow music or
Yes.
something like that. So as soon as you're done that time frame of the wedding, you kind of speed it up. You start your music, you get your dance floor going, etc. So this was no exception. I went in there, I had my dinner music, and it was like light stuff, like not slow, but the dance floor was done because people were done eating. I said, all right, I'm gonna get the dance floor. So I got some Jay Sean going on. At the time, I had Jason Derulo had a brand new
Going
song out.
down.
Right? And people were like, oh, I love this song. It was that Jason Derulo song, Let Me Love You. When that first came out, it was like, oh, I love this song. And they went out there dancing, right? So the
Are
mother.
you talking about what do you call "Let Me Love You"?
Oh, Neo. What did I say,
Bieber?
Jason? No, Neo. Let me love you.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
So now the mother of the bride, who's fucking plastered, and by the way, is an asshole. It's not like she's plastered and became an asshole. She was an asshole before and became more of an asshole. Right. This is getting back
I'm
to
going
the
to send
tips.
her a link.
This
to
is
the
getting
show.
back to the tips.
Okay,
It's getting back to the tips. So she says to me, can you, well, first off, I play a couple songs and then I play 2 slow songs, right? Because they requested, a couple people, older people requested the slow songs.
Right.
And then she requested 1 more. So now that's 3 slow songs. And I said, now I'm really getting back into the dance music because I got young people there, right? So she comes back over to me. She's like, I want you to play more slow music.
Tell her to play R.
Like this.
Kelly. It's always a good
I want you to
icebreaker.
play more slow music, right? And I said, well, I just played like 3 songs, and right before that was 2 others, like only about 10 minutes before that. I said, let me give it a little bit more dance music, and then I'll put some more slow songs on for you. I want it now. I said, well, you can't have it now because I just played it. I said, the kids want to dance. I said, people are coming up asking for dancing. Who's asking for it? I said, it's none of your concern who's asking for it. But obviously I have a full dance floor right now. I can't do that. I'm paying you. I said, well, actually, you're not paying me. Your son-in-law's paying me.
Oh,
That's the reality of that. I said,
Ask her to go to the bathroom
So
with a
she
little
says to
toy.
me,
Come back later.
I want you to play some fucking slow music. I said,
really?
Well,
So
as soon
I
as he said fucking slow music,
right?
Danny's there.
So I said, now you're not getting that. And I had to talk to her like my kid. I said, now you're not getting anything. Now go away from me.
No, need an ice cream cone
I
with
said,
Jimmy's?
and as she walks, I said, try not to have another drink.
I just
right?
want to comment.
Now, this is the mother.
Wedding.
This is the mother, right? So I go to
This is Dan's own wedding we're talking about.
No,
I go
not
to the
him
bride and
and
groom.
his wife.
Yeah.
His own wedding.
Some different shit happened there. Now, I go to the bride and groom. I said, listen, let me let you know what happened because I want to make sure they have my version first.
You want to make sure that tip is big.
Yeah.
All right, here we
Well,
go.
it goes
Tying
like-
it back in.
So I
the
go to
tip
them
again.
and I tell them, I said, listen, your mom apparently is intoxicated. She started cursing at me. She wants more slow music, even though I just played a shit ton of slow music. I've got the dance floor going now. People want dance music, yada, yada, yada. I really apologize. I'm really sorry about that. I said, no problem. But I had to be, I was trying to be nice about it. But I said, eventually I said, you're
Did
not
the bride
getting
say the famous last words? Don't worry. Don't listen to her. Just, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually
Famous
did.
last words.
They did, right? Well, she did go away. The
Good.
father, the father,
Oh, geez.
the husband comes up to me and I'm expecting
Don't
to
you
get-
ever talk to my
I would
wife.
say he comes up to me, he says, he shakes my hand, he goes, hey, I'm really sorry about my wife. She's a real fucking asshole sometimes. That's what he says to me. He starts laughing. He said, everything's cool, don't worry about it. And he walks away. So I'm like, okay, cool, right? So I didn't get a tip that night. So I'm thinking to myself, I had to deal with this drunk mom. I didn't get a tip, blah, blah, blah. That was on a Saturday. That Monday,
Right.
I come in, I work with the groom, right?
Right.
I have an envelope on my
See,
desk.
this was one of your jobs. Good.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, it was one of my jobs. So I go in and I open it up, and it was like, really sorry about what happened. Hope this helps. And it was $100 tip.
Nice.
Nice.
So sometimes the tip
Very
will
nice.
come out of like,
Because you had to deal with a bunch of
I had to deal with a
bullshit.
bunch of assholes and somebody realized it. See,
Yeah.
the whole thing is perception.
That wedding I did that I told you about not that long ago, same situation, but it was
Yeah.
not the mother. It was a lady in the crowd.
Yeah.
They kept on saying, what do you play next? Play this, play that, play this.
I hate people like
And
that.
then
I
I'm
hate
like,
people
yo,
like that.
yo, back down, lady. She's like, I told her at one point, I said, I'm not going to have time to play all these songs. I'm sorry. There's just so much time and there's other requests. Well, what are they?
Say,
I got to go over
don't worry
this?
about it. Take the vape out of your
and you know what
ass
the funny thing is, you
and
play
relax.
a song, and then like, all right, now what are you playing after
Now,
that?
that wedding,
Like, you're
they
not
were
even listening to the
dancing.
song you asked for.
Right.
You're anybody, like, what do you want? Go away from me.
Well, it annoys me more when people are having a good time
Yeah.
versus how many weddings have we done once in a while where, you know, the dance floor is tough to get going.
80 in the last 2
You know
years.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well,
sometimes the dance floor is tough to get up. And then I can understand people coming up and bitching at you then because nobody's dancing. But why are you bitching at me when I got a full dance floor
yeah.
and everybody's having a blast?
Well, what you're describing is that thing I had to deal with, which was, remember, it was for your brother was there.
Of course,
That
it's your
party
family.
I was at, and in the very beginning, the mom of whoever it was a 60th birthday,
yeah.
and the wife said to me that there was this niece that came in. She said, "Believe me, when I tell you, she's going to be a problem tonight. She's going to cause issues tonight." And I said, "Okay," and I started laughing. We laughed it off, or whatever. And sure enough, she comes up to me, and she's like in her 30s, and she's like, "What are you playing?" Well, no one likes this. That's the other thing. They're
Yeah.
like the spokesperson of the entire party.
Yeah.
No one likes it.
Oh, I
Play
love
this
that.
instead.
Yeah,
Play that
they're
instead.
the leader of the group.
Take this off.
Take this off. Yeah,
Yeah,
take it off
okay.
now.
Let me
Don't be
just take it off.
professional. Don't be
Like-
professional. Just take it off now and play this and play that. So within reason, I said, all right, I'll play your request, and I
Right.
put the request on, and nobody dances. She's the only one that's out there, and then she even leaves the floor because it was that desperate,
Yeah.
of a thing. So I go back to what I was playing, and people start going dancing because I was playing to the crowd.
Right.
It was a 60th birthday.
Yeah.
They don't like Theo. They don't like Jay Sean.
Lil Wayne, they
They
like.
don't like, they like Lil Wayne.
They like
Old
Lil
people-
Wayne.
Old people love Lil
Lil
Wayne.
Wayne. Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, got Lil
But,
Wayne, Lil Wayne.
But that's like one of those things where it was like, this was, and then so I called your brother over. I said, listen, you fucking give me all these requests.
Yeah.
And they're not good. I can't play them. And
Yeah.
the husband's not going to like it.
My brother said, don't listen to her.
And he did.
listen
And
to
he,
me.
and he went up to her and he pulled her aside
Uh-huh.
and he said, listen, let this guy do what he has to do and stop bothering him.
Yep.
and she didn't come up to me for the rest of the night. But no tip. Oh no, I did get a tip.
Yeah, you did because
I got a tip.
You did. Don't
I
listen
got
to
a
the
tip,
woman.
but Rob gets a call 48 hours later and said,
first an email,
then a call saying this DJ was horrible. He didn't play any music that we liked. Now, granted, I had a full dance floor, right? Didn't play any of his music that we liked, and blah blah. And all she was doing was going by what this troublemaking niece said to her.
Yeah.
She didn't play any music that
because I said to him, I said, Rob, if she really did not like it, why did she give me a tip?
Right. And my brother said you did a great job. My brother said, no,
we've talked about this before.
Yeah, but his brother's an habitual liar.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had that one. I know we discussed, I think, on another show where literally at the end of the night, I didn't get I don't think I got a cash tip, but the father was a kid's birthday party, whatever. It's like, you like beer? We got all this beer. We're not beer drinkers. You want it?
Remember that?
Gave me like 2 cases of beer. And then, because it was great, because I was going to somebody else's house for the weekend. So we're like, we need beer. And then I think it was Monday, he gets a phone call saying, this guy sucked. You know, and Rob was like, then why'd you give him 2 cases of beer as a tip?
Yeah.
Was it a good beer, Matt, or was it Matty?
We actually had Yingling and man, I forget what I know there was Yingling in there. I think the other one may have been like Bud or something, or like Bud Light or some crap.
Rolling Rock is like shrimp piss. So if
go
they're giving
over
it Rolling Rock.
Let's go over real quick. What is an acceptable tip? Obviously, money.
Well, when it's Tip and Dan, it should be at least 100 to 200.
Or that skirt comes off.
Huh?
Or that skirt comes off.
But that Dan told you that's the night he did the drag party, and oh my God, when the skirt came off, forget it.
A Lincoln log. This thing.
Like, oh my God, he's such a dick.
All right, so
go ahead.
in all seriousness,
why are you calling me ma'am when I'm clearly a sir?
people,
Ma'am, you have a lovely mustache.
Somebody get added defibrillator.
Hold on a second.
All right.
I have clients say to me sometimes, well, what's a good tip for a DJ?
Right.
Do I have to tip the DJ? I always tell people you don't have to do anything.
No.
If you want to tip him, tip him. I said, is it expected? No. But if you do it, he appreciates it. And it really,
But why is it almost expected to tip your limo driver?
It is expected, or your waitress or your waiter. I know.
It's almost expected, but your logic calls for all that. And if you don't like if my limo driver is late, if my limo driver gets in an accident,
right?
I'm not going to necessarily tip him. Yeah.
Well, you got to tip them, pay the medical bill for being in the accident.
Yeah.
But do you also know that caterers get tipped?
Yeah.
All right, so here's your example of what you were saying. People that were there throughout the whole thing, and they get, they're the ones that make the difference. Well, they get to, people kind of look down on the DJ and they go, he's just a DJ. He doesn't need a tip. Well, he really does.
Or he charged me $500 or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
And then they want a tip on top of that. Your limo's charging you $500.
He's also dealing with your never wet aunt, all right, who's miserable, because I love it when you have a full dance floor and then somebody says play something, so you finally play it. The entire dance floor empties.
We did a party for someone who was a hairdresser, and the party was a child's party. It was like her kid's 10th birthday or something like that. And what was
It's always going to be a nightmare to begin with.
Yes.
Oh, yes. You're already setting it up.
So the kids' party, what she wanted games, and she wanted all these extracurricular activities and stuff like that. So
and you want to pay extra for it.
I was brought Twister with me, party
Rob
Twister.
says, listen, what you want is going to require a second person. Okay, because obviously Dan's got to do what he's doing with the music, and he's got to MC it and blah blah blah. So we can have the second person goes out and facilitates getting the kids together, blah 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 blah. Okay, makes sense. He says, all right, it's an extra, I don't know, $100 or whatever it was, $100 for this extra guy. I mean, you got to pay. There's a second guy coming out there and fucking dealing with your fucking kids, right?
Correct.
Because you're not, right?
You're the babysitter.
She called me in only an hour into the party, right? Like, people are still showing up. I'm pissed off. He charged me an extra $100 for no reason. I didn't need an extra guy. You guys aren't doing anything. I said, well, first of all, people are still coming in the door. I can't do anything yet until all the kids are here.
Right.
Secondly, but now at this point, I'm at a disadvantage
too in the first time.
But at this time, I'm at a disadvantage because she brought it up to me first. anything I do after that looks like I'm doing it because she said something to me.
Correct. She already
Rather
said
than I had it scheduled to do it already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it now looks like it. She gave me a $5 tip. And let me tell you something. That tip wasn't a tip. She didn't care so much. She didn't even want to fucking break the 20. That's why
I would have taken the
$5
$5 and put it right back in the bra.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, you would have did that. And
I would've did it.
It gets us back into what we can't do with customers anymore. And then cops would have.
I would have rolled it back up and said, "Here, go buy a personality."
That's the same though. You know, like
You know?
when people say, "Yo, play the Cupid Shuffle. We get everybody up dancing." No shit, you think?
Yeah, I know.
I
Fucking line
didn't know
dance.
that. Thank you so much. You know, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Then you play it, and then they come up to you and say, "I told you." I'm
Oh, I
like,
know.
Yeah.
"Right?
Oh, yeah.
You told me. Thank you." Oh, my God.
You must know Casey Kasem.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, gee, yeah. Thank you for making that suggestion. Right after you came up to me, I downloaded it. You know, because I didn't have it.
No, it's funny. We do a stadium, which is a ice skating rink, and
Pretty
Rob
cool.
and I switch back and forth doing it, and it's all kids, a lot of kids. And nowadays, the kids play they like a lot of rap music, and they like a lot of rap music. It's like crap. It's not even like good stuff or whatever. And Rob will stay with popular stuff, which is
Hanson.
Understand? Yeah, Hanson. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Uh-huh.
And then
from the 80s.
yeah, you know.
Aqua.
Yeah,
All
they
right,
played a
all
little Planet Rock.
Barbie girl.
He played a little Planet Rock for these kids, you know.
Right,
all
right.
this, you know.
Rob Bass.
So
Well, you're on the list.
and they're asking for all this stuff that like we don't even carry, and it's stuff that we won't even play for
We
adults
carry,
in a
Dan
bar.
just don't look for it.
No. I look for it, and
Okay.
it's stuff that we wouldn't even
Some
play
of
in
the
a bar.
stuff they do ask for is
Yeah, we
it's
don't even
really
play in a
rank.
bar
You're
for
right,
adults.
yeah.
It's just not requested music.
it's
So
not
finally-
it's not even top 40.
It'll make the ice melt.
Right. And they're
Yeah.
coming up, play this, play that, play this, play that. I said, listen, I got this song. I said, but I need you to go get a Sharpie marker and write on your forehead, I love snot. I said, you do that, and I'll play that song for you. The kid was like, yes.
I'm coming.
He was like,
I'm gonna try you know. Dad.
I don't.
I
condone
love
this.
snot right across my forehead.
you know?
Ed,
I'll smack the snot out of you.
Ah,
Ed,
Yeah.
no, we need to fire Danny J.
Right.
big note.
I'll smack that snot right out of you.
I got the Sharpie right here.
You know what, though? That
Bring
kid stopped asking.
Dr. Rock back.
That kid stopped asking me for crappy ass fucking rap music. I'll tell you.
Right, right.
Listen to nowadays. It's horrible.
He's got bandages on his nose till this day.
Horrible.
But I mean, that's what we deal with, and this is why we get tipped, and this is it all comes back together because like the perception and understand nowadays with digital music that's available, and the perception of what we do is just so like flawed because of the fact that we don't it's like, oh well, I'll just get my Pandora on. I don't want to hire a DJ. Well, guess what?
Yeah, because you're not walking in with crates of albums or
Well, the thing is-
CDs or anything else. So they figure it's like, oh well,
nobody
I can do the same thing.
nobody's
No,
sitting
they
by
can't.
nobody's sitting by their Echo Dot and on their Pandora and saying, all right, I gotta switch it up to another genre of music. Nobody's doing that.
No.
They put it on and they go away. So yeah, you're gonna get some music that you like, and then you're gonna have a lot of music you don't like and no requests and stuff like that. And it's like, this is why you hire a DJ. So we can facilitate this
What we
party the
do.
way it needs to be. I mean, we do it for a reason.
And I do
As
want
we
to.
said before, we're fluid. We can, if something's not working, we can change it, and we change it until it starts working. And then when it works, we stick with it until it stops working.
Until
Now-
we call Rob for a new wire
But
and
real
then he's
quick,
not there. or
what
something,
we were
but,
talking
yeah.
about, what are acceptable? We were talking about what are acceptable tips. Though I mean, obviously, money. Obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've gotten tips early on in my career. I got tipped. They had this
Not
stuff.
the DJ anymore.
No, there
right.
was a what's the name? They did. When they do not party favors, but when you have a party and they have something on each table, like I guess like a party favor.
Like the centerpieces.
Centerpieces?
It's not a
centerpiece.
centerpiece, but like how sometimes they'll have like a camera at each.
Oh yeah, and take
Yeah.
pictures. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I forget what they call it. It's not the centerpiece, but it's some kind of party favor at every single chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so in this particular one, they had the candy bars, the Hershey bars, where the wrapper was custom and said
Right.
16 or whatever.
Yeah.
So my tip was 5 candy bars. I'm fucking diabetic. If I ate this shit, I'd die. Okay.
Sell it to somebody sitting next to you. Sell it to somebody next to you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they said you suck, go kill yourself. That's what they were trying to tell you.
I got.
I hope you have a peanut allergy too. All right, here.
I got
Here's a Snickers bar.
I got a mason jar with rocks and a candle in it. That was a good one. That's a keeper. That one.
Mhm.
I got that. I brought it home. I gave it to my wife.
Rocks and a candle.
Rocks and a candle in the. I swear to God, it's a mason jar with fucking
Was that,
rocks and a candle in it.
dude? Was that an Italian party? Because they were
No.
probably trying to tell you to tie that to your shoe so you sink it.
Yeah, they called me. They said, "Tell that Rob Cannon."
We're gonna make him a pair of brick shoes.
They said, "Tell that Rob Cannon. I don't like his perverted ways."
Well, if you guys remember back when you first started out with Rob and Rob took half your tip money, remember? Because he said if you get it, remember? Does anybody remember that? Like, if you got 100, I'm not saying anything, but I should be getting 50 for fucking what?
He never said that to me. He must have known better.
Oh my God.
No, hold on. I'm gonna straighten this whole thing out. First
It happened.
no, Ray
That's
is
what it is.
senile.
Fucking Rob.
I'm not really saying senile. Where Ray's getting confused, and this is the honest to goodness truth. Remember,
Yep.
it
I
was
said
the
75%.
extra hour you had to split, not the tip. I never made you give any tip. And then
God,
I
my
said,
wife was crying one day
and then
because she
I
couldn't
said-
have a 20. I remember.
no, seriously, I'm not kidding.
I know.
It was the extra hour that I said to split. Matt, you might remember that back then.
No, because you never made me split that. Because I remember the first time I did a job where it ran over, and I'm like going, "Yo, what should I charge?" He's like, whatever you feel." And hey, that's yours because you earned that because you're doing such a good job. They told you to stay.
Matt,
That's your money.
I guess I was the older brother of this company.
Ray that it changed on.
Correct.
Yeah, it's always the firstborn that gets the shitty rules. The second and third and fourth.
I took it up you know what I mean? For other.
Yeah.
Ray, what happened was Ray would come in right after doing a job, and he'd say, and Rob would say, "Listen, just to get this all settled out right, give me all the money."
Right.
And he would hand
You're
him all the
confusing
money,
me with
right?
Someone else.
He'd hand him all the money, and then Rob would count. I'd be like, "All right, Ray, one for you, one for me. Ray,
Go, bro.
2 for you,
No, bro, you're confusing
1,
me.
2 for me.
Yeah, you're confusing me.
Ray, 3 for you,
No, bro.
1, 2, 3 for
Bro.
me." No, bro.
Confusing me with.
Oh my God.
This is what this show's
So I
all
gotta
about.
count it out. I gotta give you a check.
Right. Right.
Now you're confusing me definitely with.
And don't talk to me till Wednesday.
And
But all kidding aside, what was the biggest tip you ever got? Now I'm older than you guys, but what was the biggest tip? Mine was $200 one night.
I think I got close to that. I might get 150.
150?
Something
I
like
think
that.
Ed's was 12 inches. He got 12 inches.
That was in prison.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Eddie, I'm kidding. It wasn't. He's not even listening.
He's not. He took his
Oh my
headphones
God,
off.
Ed, I just
It's
gave you a-
disgusting.
I heard you.
All right. You had to clean your ears real quick.
Ed's like, it was a pen pal. Leave me alone.
Because back in the day, Eddie was older than me. Rob made him give him all his tips.
Yeah.
I got to keep half.
One for you.
Well, I guess if you want to get technical, the biggest tip I ever got was when I was working the nudie bars because you figured the bar paid me $50 and the girls split tips. So essentially, those were my tips.
Yeah.
Right.
So you figure 2 to 250.
Let me see your tips, baby.
Yeah.
And Matt used to see some of that surgery and sing "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend."
Mhm.
I remember one time,
Keep a stiff upper lip.
Al, who used to work with us, he did a strip joint. And he
Did
was
he?
saying, yeah, and he said he was there, and the girl came up. And
I'm the one
gave
that told you the story. Now.
No, he told Al said it.
Actually, I think the first one I ever did was the place that Al was doing because Al went on vacation and he needed somebody to cover his shift.
Dangerous curves.
But he
Dangerous Curves. Yep, that was the one.
girl she was naked, and a girl got up on his leg and kind of like she went up on him, say, like to give him the tip and like to flirt with him a little bit, and she grinded down on him, and he said, "Dan."
And he took out a hand
on my leg,
sanitizer.
he said, "On my leg, it was like a snail trail."
Mhm.
Yeah, right. He
I'm
said,
going
"It
to
was
talk
like a
to my
snail
wife
trail."
about this show.
That's funny.
I looked down and I had this trail on my leg. He goes, "I almost threw up right in her face." He goes, "It was."
A snail trail.
Yeah, a snail. They glisten.
Yeah.
They glisten.
Well, because I will say that place, there were only two types of girls in there. Really, really hot ones and skanks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There was no in between in that one.
Did anybody else know 3 teeth read you?
Yeah. I'll tell you the story about the girl that put her hand down her pants and then stuck her hand in his mouth.
Oh no!
No, yeah, no. Even I don't care how hot she is. Even I'd be telling her like, "Yeah, you get the fuck away, get the fuck away."
Wet and went down and touched herself and then stuffed her hand in his mouth.
No!
Oh, get out!
Oh,
Did
and the end of that
You gotta
story,
be
Dan,
kidding me.
that Al didn't tell you,
Oh,
right?
So he has in his what's his name? He has
Pants?
no, he has what's the word? He has his pants all wet. Now he's done at the end of the night. So now he's got to go home to his girlfriend at the time. Now they're married. And
To the stripper?
no. He's dating some girl at the
Following
time who
this
he married.
story.
Right? Well, I'm trying to tell you. So he goes
Pole
home
position.
and he takes his pants off and he stuffs them in the washer before she sees him the next day because of that snail trail.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah,
me.
that's the end of that story. Though.
Did he speak properly in the microphone? Was he able to project himself?
You gotta be kidding me.
My God, a snail trail.
Oh,
You gotta be kidding. Why is the none of
Because
this
you're
was-
not bringing up the double thing.
what double thing?
I forget what it's called. Ed, tell him how to do it.
Ed, tell me what I'm doing here.
what do you got? A black screen there. What's going
Yeah.
on?
You know, because none of my stuff's coming up. I had funny things that we were
Listen, I just redid that computer this week. Everything's working, Dan.
I know. I
It's
told
not
him that.
working. What I gotta do here?
Go to studio mode, and you'll be able to see both screens.
Studio mode. That's exactly
And
right.
it's they're both black.
Now there's 6 of
So
us.
now you gotta put it up in there on the left and then transition it.
I gotta do well.
All right. Why are we talking about? Let's wrap the show.
Let's wrap it, guys.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
A real deal
I
today.
have no idea what's happening here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna bring back my.
Let's go back to Dan.
Anyone who's a technology
No,
major out there, I'm going to tell you right now, as we're doing this thing, they're not. All right. So
Yeah, whatever.
we got Matt looking like he's jumping off a dam. We got
Whatever.
Eddie C
Whatever.
with Ariana Grande
Whatever.
over. He with his face.
Yeah, talk, Ed.
Oh, there you go. Right there. There she is. Hold on. Leave my head. I don't know. There she is.
That's it. That's exactly what I see. That body. in
You
your
just
fucking
photoshopped
face.
Ariana over Ed's body.
Could you imagine?
All right.
Could you imagine
Oh my
that
God.
train wreck?
Ah.
Before we wrap up the show, we got to ask Dan. Dan, if Ariana came knocking at your door,
Yeah.
wife is home, kids are home, she wants to have sex with you, what do you do?
I give my wife a video camera so she can videotape it.
Exactly. This is, and he's not trying to be funny. He's telling the truth right now.
I got an HD cam waiting just for that specific scenario.
All right, good. How about you, Ray? What would you do if that happened?
If it was Ariana Grande,
Or any
Yeah.
girl that's really...
She said, "Listen, I heard many of your wonderful stories in the R5, and I want to fucking have sex."
no, I would tell Joanne, and like I said, Joanne's not double jointed, but I tell her every night to keep pressing for it. Eventually,
Oh, yeah,
that
she
phone's
does that
going to
with
break. And then if that's the case, then yeah, with Ariana, I would And this is Dr. Rocco.
What's happening?
And I want
Is
to
she
tell you
getting
guys one
chloroformed,
thing.
Ed, Rob, chloroformed. What's happening?
It doesn't matter. There's sparks coming out of
She's
your
like,
head.
knock, knock, knock. Hello, doctor.
I'm just laughing. It's all, you guys are just insane. You're all four of you all fucked up.
Ed, that's what it
That's
is.
right.
Knocks on the door. She's like, "Hi, I'm Ariana Grande," and Dr. Rock's like, "Here, smell this."
Right?
Tries her by her ankle.
Is it a
All right, we
snail
gotta wrap it
trail?
up.
Oh
Does
my
this rag smell like chloroform to you?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's on a fucking Netflix
Dan,
series.
remember I told you Ed's got a lot to do today?
Ed's got a lot to do today.
So
Ed, you got
I
awful
bet
lot to
she
do.
comes out with a
Ed,
song
tell
called
him.
Snail
I told
Trail.
Ed, what do you got to do today?
I got to babysit my
Yeah, nobody wants you to babysit nobody.
me and Vicky.
You and Vicky? Well, yeah, Vicky. Send
Huh?
Vicky. Say, okay.
Vicky's up at mom's right now. She went and dropped off the dogs. Her mom wanted to have them for a couple weeks.
Tell Vicky, say, I'll meet you over there. I'm doing
DJs after dark, Ed.
yeah,
This is DJs after dark.
This is important stuff right here.
Important stuff.
his wife's away.
Snail Trail is important stuff.
It is.
Wait,
If I don't get at least 3 episodes of DJs After Dark recorded, I don't get paid my 100.
Right. Because Rob's going to take 50.
That's right. I'm taking a percentage.
I must say, in Rob's defense, he's never asked me for tips.
Never.
No?
He just took them, Ed. He wrote them off. He just took them.
Ed, what do we do when we get a tip? When I get
Thank you.
to me.
Oh, was that? I didn't hear what you said.
What do we do when we get a tip when we're on a job?
He buys you an ice cream cone.
No,
Rob takes me out to dinner or lunch.
No.
Oh, really?
Eddie, I'm talking about when
I couldn't get a
the
fucking
envelope
cracker.
from the tip that the customer handed us. What do?
You hand it right to me.
No, we split the tip, Ed.
Split the tip, Ed.
When
One tip, both just get tipped.
no,
We split it.
Ed, when the medication wears off, he's going to ask you this question again.
Yeah.
We split the tip. We split it.
The guy comes over to you and he says,
I'm just saying. No, wait a minute. Shut up for a second, Dan. You did enough talking for right now.
Ed, I want to give you this tip because you're doing a great job. And you say, thank you. And you get the
I
tip.
have to give it to Rob.
And you say, Rob, look, this guy gave me a tip because he said I did a great job. He said, yeah, he meant for you.
No. Let me clarify, would you?
So give me 75%
All right, let him
of that.
talk. Go ahead, Ed. Talk.
No, I'm not going to talk now.
I'm going to see if I can get a red eye.
Wrap this up. Go.
Stupid. I'm going to see if we can get a red eye in New York. I'm done.
Eddie, come on. Or we're wrapping it up.
Yeah. Sometimes if Rob and I do a job together, we each individually get a tip. Like the last job we did, we both of us got a tip. But if Rob only gets the tip, he splits it with me.
That's very nice.
There you go. So I clarified it.
Yeah. So what he does is Rob gets a tip, and then he turns around and gives Ed a hand job.
Well, Rob got $3.
So I gotta keep the cash.
Wait. Hold on. Here we go again.
Rob got $3. That means Ed got $1.50.
Oh
Rob
my
got
God.
$1.50.
So I gotta make change.
All right.
This has been fun. All my Doc Rockers
What a
out there.
great
Remember
time.
one
What a
thing.
great show.
Take the time to buy Girl Scout cookies. It's for a
Yes.
good cause.
No, it's not.
Yes. They don't.
No, it's not.
I like Toasty Mo's.
Speaking of which, Matt's kid is in
Look
like.
what it did to my chin. All these.
What, Matt,
causes.
what is your kid in? What is your son in?
He's in Cub Scouts.
He's in Cub Scouts right now.
Yes.
It sounds like
Some
fucking.
popcorn.
It sounds like fucking Brownie. I'm like, oh, Cub Scouts. What are you? They're gonna take him out in the middle of the woods, put a loincloth on with a knife, and make him fend for
Dude,
himself.
do you
You know
know?
what he's making? He's fucking cooking cupcakes and shit.
Yo, do you know how a boy goes
A
from
man?
a Cub Scout
No.
to a Boy Scout?
They bring their
He
mother
eats his
out.
first brownie.
They got to eat a
He
brownie.
eats his first brownie. Yeah.
You got to eat a brownie.
Does anybody remember what it's like?
Now, first off, okay, Dan.
And for some people,
Let's be clear here. Let's be clear.
Go ahead, come on.
We're baking a cake for the anniversary of the founding of the Boy Scouts comes up in.
Why are you baking a cake?
It's something we do.
Like, who the
It's
fuck
something.
is you're baking?
It is something. It is something. No, it is something. It is something that they've done in the Cub Scouts. It's called their Blue and Gold ceremony. It is celebrating the anniversary, the birth of the Boy Scouts, and essentially then the Cub Scouts. So what we do is the scout and the father, or another adult male if the father's not in the picture, we bake the cake and take it to the party. So basically, we're supplying the desserts for the party, and then we have a competition.
Well,
You
not
can have
answering-
your cake.
But
and eat
why
too.
is it you?
Finish his story.
Why is it you? That's what I'm asking.
Not me and my son. We do it together.
Oh, I see.
But why the two of you fucking making? Why is this Jeff and his dad doing it?
Jeff and his dad are doing it.
Every
All of the
father-
scouts and all of the fathers
Every father
make
is
a cake, and it becomes a competition. We have a contest.
What a guy.
They give awards for the best.
I wasn't that interested.
This is
But
why
that's what we do. Well, you're making it sound like it's suddenly like, suddenly now all the Cub Scouts aren't going out and doing the camping and shit, and we're just sitting around baking cakes and shit.
that's why Matt
That's a
doesn't-
gateway to problems. Though.
All right, listen.
That's why Matt
Anyway.
get tip.
And that's why you tip your DJ. So you don't have to listen to Danny J talk about the bullshit.
Bob was Camp
And Matt,
Counselor.
what are they before they're Cub Scouts? Because we sound like
That's
this
when you
every
were in
Saturday. We
The
blow.
camp, Dan.
No. Their Weeblos is part of the Cub Scouts.
Oh, I thought it was
That is a rank in the Cub Scouts.
My
What
God,
happened
we
was
really
back in the
did.
day, Rob was a camp counselor.
and Rob
And in
blew.
order to get bail money up, they
And
had to
Rob
start selling
blew.
cookies. And that's where that all came from.
Yeah, it's lion, tiger, wolf,
Semi-true
bear, Weeblos, arrow of light, and then you transition to Boy Scouts.
The Boy Scouts.
All right.
I was in the Boy Scouts.
I was too.
That's why
Wait, the Boy
DJs
Scouts
should be
are-
tipped.
Yeah, that explains a
I
lot.
went on a camping.
I got 2 Eagle Scouts in my family, and if you don't tip me, they're going to come over to your house and they're going to tie you up, take you in the woods.
I got 3 strippers in mine.
I was in the Boy Scouts.
Really?
I took a weekend trip to Camden because I don't know what the
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a woods.
It's
around
from
here.
Dan's new book, From the Waterfront.
Right.
And that's not camping. That's urban jungle survival training. You know, urban warfare.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Ed to say a prayer
trying to
before
end
the
the
show and after the show every time now.
All right.
Ed, say a prayer.
We're going to drop you in Camden, give you only a knife. It's up to you to get a gun.
Actually, this has been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun. It really has.
Wrap this up, man.
Yeah, let's wrap it up so we can move on to our next topic that we're going to get off of.
Babysit Ed's cousin Vicky. Let's go. All right.
No, my nephews.
All right.
All
Cool.
right.
They don't like you.
All right. We're gonna get the wall up.
All
All
right.
right, guys.
We're gonna get the wall.
Thanks.
We'll see you next
Looks like
time.
Guys,
the
a lot of
sun's
fun.
coming up. Was that as good for you as it was for me? Join us next time for DJ's After Dark.